Hello students, in this video I am revising chapter Light. I have already uploaded 4 videos related to this chapter, and in this video I am going to revise main points of this chapter. Light. What is light? Light is the form of energy in which makes us able to see the things. Then ray of light, a straight path along which light travel is called ray of light. If group of rays of light taken together or beam of rays of light, then it is called beam of light. Those objects which gives out light from them are known as sources of light. For example, sun emit the light, because of that we can say it is a source of light. Medium, those substances through which light can travel are called medium. Medium we can classify in 3 categories: transparent, translucent and opaque. Those substances through which light can pass fully, light can travel from one side to another side, are known as transparent medium. Light can travel partially, then it is translucent. Light cannot pass, then it is called opaque. Reflection of light. When a ray of light falls on a surface, in that case, after striking the surface, it returns back, it comes back. That is called reflection of light. Bouncing back of light is called reflection of light. Reflection of light we can divide into 2 types. When rays of light falls on a polished surface or a smooth surface, after reflection they return in a particular way, that is called regular reflection. And when rays of light falls on rough surface, they will reflect in any order, they will not follow any pattern, that is called irregular reflection of light. Ray of light which is coming from the source is called incident ray. When it coming from the source and strike on the surface, that is called incident ray. After striking, it will go in the same medium, that is called reflected ray. A line drawn perpendicular to the surface is called normal. Angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence, that is I. Angle between reflected ray and normal is called angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is denoted by I and angle of reflection denoted by R. Now laws of reflection. First law of reflection is incident ray, normal and reflected ray, all 3 lies in the same plane. And second law is angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. When ray of light falls on a surface, after that it returns back, that is called bouncing back of light, and it is known as reflection of light. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal, all 3 lies in the same plane. And second law is angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Now next point is real and virtual image. After reflection, rays of light intersect each other, meets each other actually. In that case, real image will be formed. but after reflection rays of light are not intersecting each other actually. They seems to intersect. In that case, virtual image will be formed. Differences can be asked. Write the difference between real image and virtual image. So we can write real image is always inverted and virtual image is always erect. Real image can be obtained on a screen and virtual cannot be obtained on a screen. Real image will be formed when rays of light intersect actually after reflection, and virtual image will be formed if rays of light are not intersecting actually but they seems to intersect after reflection. Now plane mirror. Plane mirror means if we take a sheet of glass, polish it properly, one side it is polished with silver, and to protect that silver layer it is painted with red lead oxide to protect silver layer. That is called plane mirror, which we are using daily in our homes. Now spherical mirror. If mirror is not plane, it is curved, then it is called spherical mirror. We can categorize it into two types, concave and convex. If reflecting surface is towards the center of curvature, then it is concave, and reflecting surface is outward, not towards the center of curvature, then it is known as convex. Concave mirror after reflection collect all the rays at one point, that's why it is known as converging, and in convex mirror rays of light will spread after reflection, so it is called diverging. Now we will discuss some terms related to the mirror. Focus. When ray of light comes parallel to the principal axis, ray of light comes parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes through a fixed point, that is called focus. Then midpoint of the reflecting surface is called pole. Line joining center of curvature and pole, line joining center of curvature and pole is called principal axis. Now what is center of curvature? Spherical mirror can be formed from a hollow glass sphere. Center of that hollow glass sphere, whose part is concave or convex mirror, that is called center of curvature, denoted by C. Line joining center of curvature and pole is called principal axis. Rays of light coming parallel to the principal axis after reflection pass through a fixed point, that is called focus. Distance between focus and pole is called focal length. Again, if reflecting surface is towards the center of curvature, then it is called concave, because after reflection rays of light will be collected at one point, that's why it is known as converging, and rays of light after reflection will be spread, diverge, that's why convex is known as diverging mirror. So focus and focal length. Focus is a point which is on the principal axis. Distance between focus and pole is called focal length. Rules for image formation. Some Certain rules are there. If ray of light comes parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through the focus. Second, if ray of light coming from focus after reflection become parallel to the principal axis. In first rule we are saying ray of light coming parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it will pass through focus. And second point, if ray of light coming from focus after reflection it becomes parallel to the principal axis. Ray of light coming from the center of curvature, after reflection it will return back in the same path. If ray of light incident at the pole, then it will return back with same angle. So these are 4 rules of image formation. First one, ray of light coming parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it pass through focus. If ray of light coming from focus, after reflection it become parallel to the principal axis. Third rule, if ray of light coming from the center of curvature, after reflection it will return back in the same direction. Fourth rule, ray of light incident at pole, then it will go back, it will return back with same angle. So these are 4 rules of image formation. Image formation by concave and convex mirror in different cases I have already discussed in main videos which I have already uploaded. You can go through, and when object is placed at different positions, image will be formed in different positions. It depends, image will be formed in when object is placed at different places, so that you can see in videos which I have already uploaded. Applications of concave and convex mirror. Uses where we can apply convex and concave, that is known as application. That also you can see in main videos. Mirror formula and linear magnification. Magnification is the ratio of height of image to the height of object. And another form we can say linear magnification is negative of distance of image to the distance of object. Again, linear magnification is the ratio of height of image to the height of object, or linear magnification is the ratio of distance of image to the distance of object with negative sign. And mirror formula 1 upon f equal to 1 upon u plus 1 upon v. Here f is focal length, u is distance of object, and v is distance of image. Whether it is concave or convex mirror, in both the cases distance of object u is always negative. If concave word is there, in that case focal length will be negative. 2 values will be given in question. After putting them in formula, we'll get third one. Numericals in main video I have already uploaded. You can see from there. Only digits you will change, and you will practice extra questions. Question numerical based on magnification and 1 upon f equal to 1 upon u plus 1 upon v, mirror formula. Some numericals which I have already uploaded, that you will solve, and solved example of NCERT textbook you will try. Now, image formed by plane mirror. What are the properties of image formed by plane mirror? Plane mirror definition, you know what is plane mirror? Properties of image formed by plane mirror. When we stand in front of mirror, in that case image will be formed, which we cannot obtain on a screen. That's why it is always virtual. That's why first point we can say image formed by plane mirror is virtual. If it is virtual, it means it is erect. Third point, distance of object from the mirror is equal to distance of the image from the mirror. Height of the image is equal to height of object. These are the properties of image formed by plane mirror. Again, image formed by plane mirror is erect, it is virtual, distance of object from the mirror is equal to distance of image from the mirror, height of the image is equal to height of the object. Refraction of light. Next point, first was reflection, now it is refraction. Bending of light when it enters from one medium to another is called refraction of light. First ray of light is coming, it strike on the surface, after that it will bend. Why it is bending? Because it enters from one medium to another. Medium we can say whether it is rarer or denser. If molecules, particles of the medium are closer to each other, then it is called denser. If particles of the medium are not closer to each other, in that case it is called rarer medium. So when ray of light enter from one medium to another, so due to change in optical density, path of light will change, it will bend towards the normal or away from the normal. That is called refraction of light. Again, bending of light when it enters from one medium to another medium is called refraction of light. Refractive index N equal to C upon V means it is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in given medium. Refractive index is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in given medium. Now this one incident ray, this one normal, and here it is called refracted ray. Angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Laws of refraction. First law will remain as it is, as in case of reflection. Incident ray, normal and refracted ray, all three lies in the same plane. Incident ray, normal and refracted ray, all three lies in the same plane. This is first law of refraction. Now, sine of I, incident angle, sine of incidence angle upon sine of refracted angle is always constant. These are two laws of refraction. First law is incident ray, normal and refracted ray, all three lies in the same plane. And second law is sine of I upon sine of R equal to constant. That is called second law of refraction. Here this ratio is known as refractive index also. Sin I upon sin R equal to K. K is what? Refractive index. Refraction through glass slab. Here PQRS is a glass slab. AB is incident ray. When it falls on the surface of glass slab, it will enter in the glass. Air is rarer dense medium, glass is denser. So it will bend toward the normal. Now from point E to point F, it will travel in a straight line. and when it comes out, again medium will change. That's why it will bend away from the normal. PQRS is a glass slab. Suppose ray of light AB is coming. After striking the surface, it enters in the glass, travel in a straight line. When it comes out, due to reflection of light, it will bend away from the normal. If path of AB is extended, original path is extended, in that case, that path or that line will be parallel to the emergent ray. So when ray of light enter in a glass slab, in that case original path will be parallel to the direction of emergent ray. Ray of light coming from the source is an incident ray. This one is refracted ray, and it comes out, then it becomes emergent ray. So emergent ray is parallel to the original path of incident ray. Here angle I is angle of incidence, angle of refraction, and this is angle of emergence. Here this distance is called lateral displacement. Only path will shift, it will not change, path will shift. When ray of light enter from air to the glass slab and again it comes out, in that case emergent ray will be parallel to the direction of original path of incident ray. There will be a shifting in the path, and that shifting of path is called lateral displacement. Next point is lens. Lens is a transparent medium which is bounded by two spherical surfaces, two refracting surfaces. Lens is a transparent medium surface which is bounded by two refracting surfaces, but at least one of them should be spherical. First type of lens is convex. It is thick in the middle and thin at the edges. Convex. It is known as converging because after reflection it collects all the rays of light. Second is concave. In convex, it was thick in the middle and thin at the end, and here thin in the middle and thick at the edges. After reflection it collects all the rays at one point. That's why it is known as converging. It diverges all the rays after reflection. That's why it is known as convex. Now next point, terms related to the lens. Lens will be formed by taking two surfaces of a hollow glass sphere. This surface is cut and this surface is cut. So lens is a transparent medium surface which is bounded by two reflecting surfaces, but one of them should be spherical. Center of a hollow glass sphere from which lens is formed is known as center of curvature, and radius of that hollow glass sphere from where lens is formed is known as radius of curvature. Any point on the principal axis when ray of light comes parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes through a fixed point that is called focus. In lens, light can come from either side. Light can come from this side, then it will pass from this point, and if light is coming from this side, then it will pass through this point. So there are first focus and second focus, because light can come from either side of a lens. Focus any point on the principal axis. After reflection, ray of light will pass from that point. Distance between focus and optical center. A point on the principal axis from which ray of light will travel without changing its path is called optical center. Ray of light passes from point without changing in its direction is called optical center. If light is coming from here, it passes through the point O, optical center, so its direction is not changing. Any point on the principal axis from where ray of light passes without changing any direction of its path. So distance between focus and optical center is called focal length. Centers of hollow sphere, glass sphere from where lens is formed, known as center of curvature. Lens formula and magnification. 1 upon f equal to minus 1 upon u plus 1 upon v. Here f is focal length, u is distance of object, and v is distance of image. M equal to v upon u and m equal to hi upon ho, like in mirror. So what changes there? In mirror formula it was plus and here it is minus. Other than sign, all things will remain same. Here magnification is v upon u. In mirror it was minus and here it is plus. Another form of m is hi upon ho, that is height of image and height of object. Power of lens is reciprocal of its focal length. Power of lens is reciprocal of its focal length, denoted by P, and f is its focal length. P equal to 1 upon f. It is in meter. If you want to write in centimeter, then it becomes 100 upon f. The rules of image formation and image formed at different places when object is placed at different points. So first one rule: when ray of light passes through the optical center, there will be no change in direction. Second rule: if ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes through focus. And if ray of light coming from the focus, after refraction it becomes parallel to the principal axis. So these are 3 rules of image formation in concave and convex lenses.